Hey guys, D-Pad Danny back again with another pickups video. I know it's been a little while since I've done one of these, but, you know, I unfortunately don't get to buy games as often as I would like because, as we all know, life happens and, well, you know how that goes. But I do have some pickups that I've gotten here recently. I've been in a spot where I've actually been able to buy some stuff, so I wanted to come on here and show you guys some of the recent pickups. That being said, this is going to be an all NES episode. A lot of NES stuff I've gotten here, just trying to build up. So first and foremost, Kickstarter finally came through. Nintendo Ultimate Guide to the NES Library. This book is fantastic. It's like 437 pages. Yeah, 437 pages with, you know, NES reviews and articles and information about every single game, licensed or unlicensed, between 1985 and 1995. I actually did a full review on this book, so if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. So check that out. It's a good book. You should definitely get it. So I went to Matt's Game Exchange twice in the last 2 weeks or so, and I picked up a couple NES games. Well, more than a couple, but I picked up some NES games there. I got Spiritual Warfare. This is one of the few WisdomTree games I'm missing still. I think at this point it's mainly the expensive ones I'm missing, like Sunday Funday. I feel like there's more. But yeah, I got Spiritual Warfare. It's like a Zelda clone, sort of, top-down. I got Klax from Tengen. This is an interesting puzzle game. It's okay, but it's not like the best puzzle game in the world. It's really weird. I'm not even going to begin to try to explain it. I got Xanac, which is a vertically scrolling shooter. A lot of frantic fun in this one. I haven't been able to get past level 1 yet. Granted, I haven't put a lot of time into it. I just tested it out when I got it. But it's almost bordering the bullet hell kind of sector of shooters, which, you know, this is long before that was actually a thing, so that's pretty cool. Shooting Range. This is a light gun game for the Zapper. You know, it's a bunch of different shooting gallery type games where you shoot different targets and get different point values and stuff. Just kind of like some shooting party games, like yeah, just like a party game with a bunch of shooters. We have B-52, which is another Camerica Codemasters game. This is one of the only ones that's silver. I think the only other one that's silver is, I want to say Micro Machines, but I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments if I'm absolutely wrong. But most of these are gold. Like, you have your Quattro Sports, Quattro Adventure, your Big Nosed Caveman, Treasure Hunter Dizzy, things like that. This one's silver. It's supposed to be a pretty decent game. Yeah, it seems alright. You're a bee, you go in and you have to collect all the pollen from all the flowers in the stage while avoiding stuff like spiders and other flies and things of that nature. So that's an interesting one. We have the Bards Tale. This is I guess at its core it's an RPG, but it has those pseudo 3D environments that you go through for towns and dungeons and stuff. Not usually my cup of tea, but it might be worth trying to put some time into at some point. This is one that's kind of teetering on the edge between common and uncommon, so I saw it and I had to buy it just because I've never seen one out in the wild before. We have Bad Street Brawler in really, really good condition other than this label here, which is a shame because it's such a bad game. It's a brawler. It's a beat 'em up, kind of like Final Fight or, you know, something like that, but not nearly as good. It's pretty awful. It seems like each stage they give you a different move set that you can use, and even if you had a really good move set or really good move in particular in a previous level, you can't use it. You only get the subsets that they give you for that specific stage, which is kind of lame because you're getting yourself into a good strategy of using a specific move in conjunction with another one, and then boom, next level you have completely different moves that are wonky. So it's not a very good game. Super Glove Ball. This is like Pong or Arkanoid or Breakout, but it's a 3D environment where you use a hand. You can catch the ball, and you let it go somewhere else. There's power-ups you can get. There's enemies flying around. This is one that's prime for the Power Glove, and I think was actually one of the big selling games for the Power Glove when the Power Glove came out, because, you know, you're moving the hand and the hand's moving on the screen and you can grab it and, you know, it's supposed to be super interactive. I don't have a Power Glove yet, so I don't know. I'll have to try this and revisit this one when I actually do have a Power Glove. I am going for as complete as I can get for the black box set, and at this point I'm only missing one. I was missing 2 black box games, which are the original 30 games that came out for the NES in the black retro style boxes. But I picked up Wrecking Crew, so now I only need 1. Unfortunately, that's Stack Up, and that's the most expensive one of the 30. It used to go for about 50 steady, and I looked up recently, it's going for about 80, so naturally the last one I need is the most expensive, so I want to get that sometime, but it might be a little while. And finally, from Matt's Game Exchange, I got Phantom Fighter. They actually had a copy of this loose, and the label was all messed up, and I went there the next time and they had a table full of box stuff. They still had the loose one, but then they had the box one for like $4 more, and this is, you know, it's CIB, it's got the dust sleeve, it's got the styrofoam, it's got the label, even though it's got this, I don't know if you can see that well, this ugly rental instruction sticker on it, which, I don't know, it's already started peeling up some of the actual manual itself. Whatever, it's just cool to have it in the box. I'm not a box collector, but some of them are neat to have. They actually had a lot of box games that I already have. I just couldn't justify spending the money on the box copies when I already had the card-only copy, but they had like Shadowgate in good condition, they had a Star Tropics in really good condition, they had a Gauntlet with the Tengen cardboard sleeve with it and everything. It's really cool, but again, I already had the game, so instead of buying the game again just because it has the box and it's in nice condition versus spending that money on something I don't actually already have, you know, that won the battle on that one. Okay, I met up with this dude on one of the Facebook groups I'm a member of, and got these games for a pretty good price. I bought the lot. There's a couple others in there, some duplicates that I still have that I need to trade off, but some of these that I didn't have yet. I got Little League Baseball from SNK. It's your basic baseball game. It's okay. It's not the best on the console, but I'm not a huge fan of sports games anyway, so I'm not exactly the authority on the subject, but that's one I didn't have. I also got The Rocketeer by Bandai, based off of the movie in the, oh geez, is that early 90s? Late 80s? Early 90s? I'm gonna say early 90s. I don't really remember. But yeah, based off of the movie of the same name. I've never been very far in it. I know the first couple levels you do like a training thing where you're training with the rocket suit and you're kind of tethered to a post in the ground, so you're kind of spinning around in a circle. And I've never been able to get past that, but I haven't played it in a while. I've seen screenshots that had where you're flying up by like a dirigible or an airship or a blimp of some sort, you know, like in the movie. But I've never made it that far. So Rocketeer, really nice condition. Again, this one. The ones I got from him were pretty nice. And this one that I used to love growing up, we grew up with it, and then I had it again as a young adult, but then when I had to sell my collection to make rent when I was 18, this is one of the ones that went, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to get it again, but I got it in a lot for a good price. I got me River City Ransom. This is a fun little 2-player beat-em-up. Yeah, me and my sister and my dad, we just always had a lot of fun with this one. It's very good. This is one I highly recommend. River City Ransom, great fun for 1 player or 2. And finally, I went to Edward McKay's in Greensboro, North Carolina the other day. It's like a used book, DVD, vinyl, game store. Sometimes you can find some things in there. Prices are always retail, maybe even a little bit above, but you can find some good stuff in there sometimes. And I got me a copy of Wolverine. Not a good game. If you've seen the Angry Video Game review and just any other reviews for it that just say how bad it is and how wonky the controls are, believe it, because it's not a very good game. I really wanted it to be a good game, but it's simply not that. Wolverine for the NES. And that's it for this time, guys. I know there wasn't a ton there, but like I said, a lot of Nintendo Entertainment System games, because I'm building up, and if anyone's keeping track, my count is up to 362. I'm up to 362 NES games. I'm about at the halfway mark-ish, and it's going to start getting more expensive to get the ones I'm missing. I'm still missing a lot of commons, so I'll still pick those up for $3 to $5 here and there when I see them, but it's an uphill trek at this point. But yeah, as I get more, I'll probably do another one sometime soon. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've done one of these. Like I said, life happens. Every time you think you're taking a step ahead, you take 2 steps back. It's the human condition. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm D-Pad Danny. See you next time.